Dreaming of living in Da Nang but don't know where to get started? What's the difference between contract lengths of an apartment in comparison to a house? That and more will be explained in this video. So first, let's talk about your housing options. You've got houses, apartments, serviced apartments, long-term hotel stays, and Airbnb. Each has its pros and cons, and I'll state some of them just now. Let's talk about houses. Houses are a great option if you want to stay here long term, but if you want to stay here short term, that is definitely off the cards. Houses will go for about a year contract, and sometimes if you're very lucky, 6 months, but I wouldn't bank on it because most of the time they're going to try to push you towards that 1 year minimum. A lot of the houses that you'll find here, they're not in the An Thuong neighborhood, which is typically the most desirable neighborhood for Westerners. So what you're probably looking at is more of like Sancha or Hai Chow in particular. And you can get some really good deals in Hai Chow for houses. Saw one which was 15 million. It was 3 stories, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. So that's a great deal. Of course, depending on when you see this video, the prices are increasing dramatically. So please just be aware of that. Apartments is one of the most popular options here. And contracts can range, but typically they're 3-month contracts or 6 months. You can get a monthly contract like I have at this apartment here that you can see behind me, but that's not very common. Some of the pros of being in an apartment is that you'll typically have your own internet. So you're not sharing your internet. Sometimes you do, but it's rather uncommon. You sometimes have to pay management fees, which is a bit of a pain. So that's an extra fee on top. And of course, you'll probably have to pay some extra things like electricity, etc. Because getting a contract with all bills included is very difficult here. These apartments are privately owned, so you would typically take all of the utilities on yourself. Serviced apartments. This is probably the biggest one I would say that I see people living in. Serviced apartments come with cleaning typically, so maybe once or twice a week. There'll be a cleaner that comes in and cleans your place, typically for free. Sometimes they add a fee onto it. You'll also get some things included, such as internet, because the internet will be shared between apartments. So if you're a person that relies on stable internet, I would definitely check that ahead of time and make sure it's good internet. If you're a gamer, for example, I wouldn't probably go for a serviced apartment. If you're doing Zoom calls, it should be fine. You've also always got your mobile, which you can hotspot. Serviced apartments can range. On average, 3 months would be the contract length. Hotel long-term staying. This is becoming more popular because prices are increasing here at a rather fast pace. So it's making more sense to actually stay long-term in a hotel rather than apartments until they catch up and start to meet each other halfway. So of course, we're staying in a hotel. You're going to expect all bills included, with the exception that if you're staying for a month, they're probably going to ask you to pay for the bills, but you're going to get that daily or nightly cost brought right down. It's no longer going to be like a nightly cost. It'll be like a monthly plan, and you'll get that drop down. Internet included, but that's definitely something you should look into if you're considering that option. Airbnbs. Airbnbs is a good option if you just want something stable where it's just book it and you're done. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about going and dealing with agents or anything. That's a way you can get around the competitive market here. I would recommend seeing it ahead of time if you can, just to see if there's any construction around the area or karaoke. What you can also do on Airbnb, because you're going to be paying a bit more than just a normal apartment because of obviously the fees, is sometimes you can actually see what the building is. So if it's a serviced apartment, sometimes in the picture, they just put the image of the actual building. So you can contact them directly. If you find that, just go to Google and type it in and just contact them directly and you'll skip all of that process. So that is definitely a good option. So what are the areas you should consider? So the most popular would probably be the An Thuong neighborhood, which is where I am currently. It's kind of a small section of Da Nang, and this is where all of the expats essentially are. Like, it's a very concentrated expat group. You won't see many locals here. It's very touristy. You've got all of the Western food options. It is probably the most expensive place to live. But there's a reason for that because a lot of the Westerners want to be here. Then you've got the Mian area, which is kind of like Antoine, but it's in between Santra and Antoine. It's really good because it has local areas and it's a bit cheaper, but that market is also getting competitive, but it's worth looking there. And then you've got Santra, which is a bit further away, cheaper area. And that is also going up in price, but you can find some houses there as well, which is nice. Now, going on the complete opposite direction, we've got Haichao. Haichao is an incredible place. I actually really like it. It's very local. It's very busy, lots of scooters, lots of noise. It's not walkable. Antoine is very walkable. Mayan is very walkable. Haichao is not walkable. So just be aware of that. But it has a lot of shopping there. Lots of electronic stores, computer stores, etc. Everything is kind of there. The biggest grocery stores are typically around that area. So if you want to get your price down, that's definitely somewhere to consider. Now you should have an idea if you're looking more for an apartment and what area. So where do you start? The first thing you can do, which is the cheapest option, is you can actually walk around to buildings, typically serviced apartments, and just walk in and just ask them if they have any availabilities. This is one of the most time-consuming things you can do, but you can get some really good deals. A lot of the places will be occupied. You can ask them when there's going to be a vacancy, and sometimes they will tell you, and you can have a look at a room. Sometimes they'll even let you in when someone's already living in there, so you can see the room and you can book it ahead of time. But just make sure you always check the places at nighttime as well, in case there's karaoke, and obviously you can see if there's construction. Facebook groups is probably the most common way of actually finding an apartment. Essentially what you do is you just go onto the Facebook groups. So I'll just show you some of them here on the screen, and you join them, and then you just post what you want. So you can write, I'm looking for a studio in the Antoine neighborhood. This is my budget, and I would like fast, reliable internet and a workstation. And then just post it. You will get tons of messages of people that are agents trying to give you properties or showing you properties. Just be aware a lot of the photos are wrong and the videos are wrong as well. So you have to go and see it in person. Don't ever just blindly book it without seeing it, especially because there could be construction, especially in a Duong neighborhood. They don't last very long on the market. So if they are on the market, especially for over a day or 2 days, it's normally because they're on top of a big bar or something and it's very loud, or there's construction. There's some reason because of that. So agents will potentially drop their prices. This is not quite the market to be negotiating too much. You can negotiate, but what you'll find is this market is very rapid. You're going to have to make quick decisions. So if you get an apartment or see an apartment that you really like, you're going to have to drop what you're doing and go and see it as quick as possible. Because if it is a good deal and it is in a nice spot, there's 100 other people looking at the same thing and it will get snapped up very quickly. But if you have seen it for a day or two on the market, you can definitely ask to drop the price. It doesn't hurt. If you're in person right there, you can negotiate. So that's definitely an option. I would always recommend doing that. But don't expect them to drop it by much. Sometimes they'll drop it by like 1 million. But the biggest leverage you have is for staying long-term, such as 3, 6 months, 12 months even, and paying up front. Then you can drop the price by quite a bit. And typically with agents, they will ask for a different range of deposits. So you'll always have to pay 1 month deposit. And sometimes if it's the contract, if it's a 3-month contract, what they'll do is 2 months ahead of time. So you have to pay 2 months upfront and then 1 month deposit, or it's 1 month deposit and 1 month ahead of time. But typically it's 3 months upfront for these 3-month contracts. You can negotiate that down for monthly. It is a bit difficult, but that is possible. Now, when working with these agents, you might be wondering, how do they get paid? Do I pay them? No, you don't pay them. So what's essentially happening is they are getting a commission from the landlord. So that's why the price is a little bit high. And sometimes you can knock it down by 1 million, especially if it's not a very desirable place, because that's coming out of their commission. So when you post in Facebook, you're just going to see 20 people are showing you the exact same apartment because they're all trying to fight for that commission. So the other options are Agoda and Booking.com. So I'm just going to lump them together. So pretty simple. It's a website. You just go on them and look for typically hotels. There are apartments in there, but it's similar to Airbnb, and you can just choose one of those. Agoda typically has the best prices I found, but sometimes I have found Booking.com to have the best deals. Especially for hotels, the prices do fluctuate quite a lot. If they don't have anyone that they can get in, they're obviously going to drop the prices to try to get someone in. I will never recommend you walk into a hotel and try to book with them directly. It will cost more money than Agoda. I almost guarantee you. Just avoid it. You can try it if you'd like, but they're not going to go for it. If you're finding value in this video, please subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot and shows that you appreciate this content. So you're going to see an apartment now. Awesome, congratulations. So what do you actually need? What you'll need to bring is your passport, as well as money down for the deposit and at least 1 month rent. Because when you show up at the apartment, if you don't put money down and you like it then and there, essentially, there's probably someone coming in behind you 10 minutes later and they might do it. So make sure you bring the money up front and just carry it with you. Da Nang is a very safe place. I wouldn't worry about it. You most likely will not get robbed, so don't worry, okay? But once you actually do want to sign the contract, they'll just give you a contract, they'll write the date, etc. You show your passport, they'll probably take a picture of it, they'll hand your passport back, make sure they don't hold on to your passport, and then you'll give them the money, and then you're pretty much in. It depends on when you've set the date, but that's it. It's a very simple process once you actually pay. Just make sure you go through the contract. Every contract is different. Make sure that you agree with everything. They will typically put a clause in there that is, if you're unhappy about the sound, whether it's karaoke or construction comes up, that you can't cancel the contract. If you can, I'm not saying it's going to be completely possible, but if you can try to negotiate that one, so if it is construction or something pops up beside you, that you are legally allowed to leave out of the contract. It's worth a shot. But what I'd recommend you do before you even sign that contract is always, if you can, go at night. I understand that I just said that things are competitive and you have to put money down, but it is recommended that you should go at night because you'll be hearing things at nighttime depending on your area. If it looks like a quiet road, you should be okay. But if it's in like Antwong, bars, clubs, people driving down the road on their scooters, screaming bun bao all the time, which would drive you nuts. It goes on all the time. It's loud. It's a lot of life going on. So just try to check it if you can. Sorry for the scene change. The power went out and I've moved to a different city. But just to conclude this video, what I would definitely recommend that you do is post in Facebook, and then you'll get a bunch of different responses. And then while that's happening, go spend a day out, enjoy yourself, go grab a drink, and look through all of the different hotels and apartments that interest you and see if they're available. That way it maximizes your time just to make sure that you get an apartment as quick as possible.